It isn't all that surprising to say that Batman's like my favorite fictional character of all time. Like this is my goat for it. In terms of like comic lore or just character lore in general, I probably know more about him than any other character in either DC or Marvel Comics. He's meant a lot to a lot of people, including myself. And throughout the years of diving deeper or delving into the character's history, lore, media, and more importantly, like fan reception of, people's opinions on the character. And it's mostly positive. People really like the character. I mean, he's literally DC Comics' biggest cash cow. There's like a gazillion DC Comics titles just centered around Bat family characters or Batman himself. He's had tons of animated movies and live action projects. And with that, you have some very thought-provoking, well put together opinions on why the character is so successful, but then you also have some of the most brain-dead, idiotic statements from other people that just honestly just make you question your existence as a whole. So I thought it'd be fun to go over some of the worst opinions on Batman and why they're stupid and you should never think about agreeing with them because they're just that out of pocket and useless. I think it's best to get the most common misconception about the character out of the way, and is that Bruce Wayne only beats up poor people and doesn't use his financial status in Gotham to better help the people that reside within this city. And people who genuinely think this actually have never picked up a single comic book in their life and don't understand the character to any degree. And even if you're not familiar with the comics, this has been stated in several TV shows or movies, like let's say Batman Begins, as to why he has to fight criminals as Batman and why Bruce Wayne just isn't enough.
People need dramatic examples to shake them out of apathy, and I can't do that as Bruce Wayne. In flesh and blood, I can be ignored, I can be destroyed, but as a symbol, I can be incorruptible. I can be everlasting, something elemental, something terrifying.
Is a persona to protect those you care about from reprisals.
It's like, dog, everyone knows that Gotham City is probably one of the worst, if not the worst city in America in the DC Comics continuity. It is literally corrupt to the core to politicians, police. Those in power are responsible for as to why criminals like, let's say, like the Falcones or the mob bosses don't get put in jail for like a life sentence. Hell, the whole plot of the Batman movie was just how Carmine Falcone literally was just like the king of the city, essentially. Like he like owned pretty much everyone.
Falcone works for you guys, the mayor. DA.
No. We work for him. The mayor, Falcone, Maroni, everyone got in on it. Orchestrated a play to take Maroni down big. Make the careers of everybody that went after him. You think this goddamn election matters? He's been the mayor for the last 20 years.
And these so-called poor people that he's apparently beating up are literally insane psychopaths and serial killers who have committed numerous atrocities that honestly deserve a death sentence, if we're being for real here. It's like, oh, Poison Ivy's just misunderstood even though she's willing to kill God knows how many people for her goal. Oh yeah, you know that clown that like dispersed a toxic gas that just kills people instantly? Yeah, he's just a misunderstood poor person. Don't worry about it. And another factor as to why these people don't know anything about the character is that there are literally countless examples of Bruce Wayne using his wealth to help better the people of Gotham. He is literally a billionaire philanthropist. Different auction events, different fundraisers / donations to help better specific groups of people in the city, trying to help improve the infrastructure of the Gotham landscape. Like, is it that hard to just like think for like 10 seconds before putting out a tweet or like some idiotic post that just makes you look dumber than you already are? Another misconception that I really hate, that Batman should use guns or kill people. Everybody should know at this point that one of the big factors into Batman's character is that he has a no kill rule, or more specifically, he doesn't use guns. Like, this shouldn't be happening. Now, this isn't necessarily to bash on people that would prefer the idea of Batman killing, but more so try to justify the fact that, oh, he's killed people in this specific thing, so obviously he should kill again. And it's like, no, dude, the character's been around for like 80 plus years. Of course things are gonna change. Of course he's not gonna be the same back in like 1938 where he was like snapping people's necks with the rope of the Batwing. And I don't know who this was from, but I saw this one Twitter post of like a thread of like every time Batman has used a gun and like why it's justifiable, and it's just like, wow, tell me you're stupid without telling me directly that you're stupid. And one of the clips they used was from Justice League Unlimited where Batman supposedly like used a gun to kill one of the other enemies that were attacking like an ancient monk tribe or whatever. But it's like, if you actually did the research and actually watched the show, you would know that Deadman took over of Batman's body. It was honestly Boston Brand who pulled the trigger, not Bruce.
Deadman took over your body. It wasn't your fault.
Making sure that he doesn't commit an act that took the life of his parents is such a fundamental aspect of Batman's morals and who he is as a character. So trying to diminish that to say, oh, he can just kill everybody, that kind of defeats the whole purpose as to why he's a vigilante in Gotham in the first place. He consistently works with the police with the likes of Gordon or Harvey Bullock. Another common misconception is that Batman is a loner. I'm going to tell you, he is not. And this is kind of a concept that is used by a lot of people that's like, oh, he's literally me for real. Or those like edits on social media that are like focused on trying to improve yourself, which is fine and all that, but more specifically on not needing the help from anybody or being by yourself, focusing only on yourself and not interacting with others, which isn't Batman. Sure, maybe in his like first year or two, but like eventually he accepts the idea of working with others. Bro is literally part of he's a founding member of the Justice League. He's adopted like 4 children. The Bat family just keeps getting bigger and bigger as the years go on, which is kind of annoying actually. Now, would he prefer to work alone in certain situations? Yeah, absolutely. But like at the end of the day, it's not like, oh, he's just completely and utterly alone. He doesn't work with anybody else. It's like, look at this. Like, does this look like a loner to you? And this one might be a little ironic coming from like a Batman fan or whatever, such as myself. But honestly, I kind of hate this one. The whole prep time thing uses an explanation for him to beat any fictional character of existence. Like they'll be like, oh, how could Batman beat Jesus Christ? Oh, prep time, bro. All he needs is prep time. Oh, yeah, Bruce Wayne could totally lift Thor's hammer with prep time. Like what?
With enough prep time, Batman
This guy.
can lift Thor's hammer.
Batman can do anything with enough prep time.
I mean,
I think so.
come on, man.
How much
come
prep
on.
time? That's for a different TikTok.
Okay, then I know everyone's like, when are you getting prep time? We all know that's the thing. Batman, that's his thing. That's his shtick. So I want to hear it. Ryan, I'm going to give you, this was actually his idea.
I'm actually really funny.
And I was like, you know?
With enough
you know?
prep time, Batman could lift Mjolnir.
And
do anything. What do you think, Jen?
Don't get me wrong, he can do a lot of things with the amount of time and effort putting into planning out certain situations, but that doesn't mean he's literally God. Like he can't, like I just, oh man. Like at first, like I feel like it's kind of a joke, but like I feel like people unironically think he can do literally just about anything with like prep time or whatever. It's like, dude, for me that kind of takes away from the character. It's like, he is human at the end of the day, and people kind of relate to him and the fact that he is a flawed character, but he just kind of pushed himself to be the best that he can be. And yes, he has definitely outmaneuvered mentally a lot of like, high powerful beings and whatnot. It was like, oh yeah, he can just rewrite reality. Oh, just give it prep time real quick. It's like, bro, stop. Just stop. And then the last of the common misconceptions for Batman is the whole Bruce Wayne is the mask and Batman is his true nature type of argument that I see all the time. I feel like this one is kind of used by people who don't really get who Batman is as a character and really just have a very surface level understanding of who he is. Because to me, that whole dynamic with like Batman and Bruce Wayne is, it's more complex than just, oh, Bruce Wayne is just a mask and Batman who he truly is. It's just more about representing different aspects of his psychology as both identities work together towards the same goal. He's both Batman and Bruce Wayne, and the different sides that you see with like the dark persona of Batman or like the playboy personality with Bruce Wayne is just different sides of him that people have to see. So it's not a matter of like, oh, when he's Batman, that's who he truly is, that's his true persona. It's like, no, the true identity of that man, Bruce Wayne, is when he's, with like the Bat family and Alfred and his friends and allies. Like that's just the way that you see the true version of the character. He might, crack a joke or two with Robin, receive a lecture from Alfred, have sort of relationship tensions with Selina, or have a brotherly talk or a sibling kind of a dynamic with like either Diana or Clark. The Playboy persona and the Batman persona are just sort of acts that he puts on to sort of create an image to the people around him, whether it be the public, like, with Bruce Wayne's side, or the criminals of Gotham, strike fear in the hearts in. Look, all I hope is that with the Brave and the Bold movie coming out in James Gunn's DCU, if it even comes out, I just hope that we'll finally have an accurate representation of what Bruce's dynamic is like with the Bat family and get rid of this Batman slander once and for all, because I don't know how long I can take this anymore.